everyone. Now we will talk about environmental law enforcement uses state administrative law instruments. So our group consists by Elvita Anggorowan. My name Anizum Ratul Aini. Next. And the first part will be delivered by me, guys. So I will talk about environmental administrative law. As a democratic country, we have the right to get a good and healthy environment. We need to protect the environment. One of the way is with environmental administration laws. Next. Administrative environment law enforcement can do by preventive and repressive. Preventive law enforcement used for the act that haven't happened, and we do that by supervision. And for repressive law enforcement used after the act happened, and for this we use administrative sanctions. Next. Administrative sanctions have an instrumental function to controlling prohibited acts. So the application of administrative sanction must be guided by the regulation of the Minister of Environment number 2, 2013 concerning to administrative sanction of environmental protection and management. Next. So there are some goals of administrative sanctions. First is protect the environment for pollutions and damage as a result of an activity, and then tackling environmental destructions, and then restoring the quality of environment due to pollutions, and the last is provide a deterrent effect for offenders. So for administrative sanction, divided into four. First is writing warning, the sanction for offenders who commit violation but have a negative impact on the environment. Is government coercion. This conducted if the offenders make a violation and causing environmental pollution or damage. And the third, there is license suspensions. This conducted if the offender doesn't implement government coercions and carries out other activities than in permit. And the last, there is revocation of license. So it conducted if the offender first is transferring their business license to another one, but without the written approval or of the business license issuer. And the next is not implement government coercion that has been applied with a certain time. And the third is has caused environmental damage that endangers human safety and health. Next. So for the mechanism for applying administrative sanctions that are first is gradually, is application of sanctions that start from deep to height. So if the written warning is not obeyed, heavier sanction will be increased, become government coercion or license suspensions. So if government coercive sanctions or license suspensions is not obeyed to, they will get license revocations. And the next is free or not gradual. This means the freedom for authorized official to impose sanctions to determine the choice of sanctions based on the level of violations. So the last, there is cumulative. The cumulative application of administrative consists of internal cumulative and external. So internal cumulative is the application of sanctions that are carried out by combining several types of administrative sanctions for one violation. For example, government coercive sanction which combine it with permit suspensions sanctions. So the last there is external cumulative is the application of sanction by combining the application of one type of administrative sanction with the application of other sanctions, for example, criminal sanctions. So the next will be delivered by my friends. Izam, Tiny is yours.
So actually, continue by Elvita Anggorawati. Okay, so here's I'm gonna explain about the relation between administrative law and environmental law. So basically, there's a relation between the administrative law and environmental law. In administrative law, regulates how government operates and how the government use its authority. So how does the government carry out its function in state administration? And then the majority of environmental law govern how the government protects the environment and manages. So this is implies that there is a relationship here where administrative law govern how the government perform its function in the administrative of the state. Meanwhile, in relation to environmental law protection and management, the environmental law on how the government perform its function in state administration. Therefore, it can be emphasized that most of these environmental law study that related to administrative law in the country. And then next about the function of environmental administrative law. So first, here's the directive as a guide in building to form a society that is ready to be achieved with the goal of a state life. And then second is integrative as a builder of national unity. And third is stabilitative as a guardian, including in development result and guardian of harmony and balance in the life of the state and society. And the fourth, there's a perspective as a complement to action of state administration, action of citizen attitudes in state and community life, and the last is corrective, both against citizen and state administration in fairness justice. So loss and damage due to environmental pollution and damage can be irreversible. Therefore, environmental protection and management should be more focused on prevention rather than recovery. Therefore, the use of administrative legal instrument in environmental law enforcement need to be carried out because it has a preventive and correlative function for activity that do not meet the provision or requirement for environmental management. And then the next will be explained by Zamroni Khalid.
Okay, thank you, Elvita. Now, I want to talking about examples of environmental law case resolved through state administrative law instrument. The example I get preview slide, please. I get CV Industrial Active Slamet Widodo in Semarang. Okay, next. The background. Semarang City in an industrial city is faced with various environmental pollution problems. CV Slamet Widodo is engaged in the processing and manufacture of terasi. In the process, the smell of terasi resulted in the smell of terasi that was so pungent. In this case, the smell of syrup has polluted the surrounding environment. The impact arising from industrial process on CV Slamet Widodo in a pangan smell that arise from the dyeing process carried out outdoors. So legal effort that can be made in case of environmental pollution by the industry in connection with law number 32 of 2009 concerning environmental protection and management is enforcement can be classified into three categories, namely law enforcement effort concerning administrative law, and law enforcement concerning criminal law and civil law. Administrative law enforcement is considered the most important law enforcement effort. This is because the enforcement of administrative law is more indicate to the effort to prevent the occurrence of environmental pollution and the destruction. In addition, administrative law enforcement also aims to punish perpetrators of environmental pollution and destruction. Next. So in the administrative provisions, sanction can be given to perpetrators of environmental pollution, which is contained in Article 76, paragraph 2, that administrative sanction consists of first, written warning, second, government coercion, third is freezing of environmental permit, or the last, revocation of environmental permits. Based on the above provision, violator can be warned to act according to the permit and otherwise will be subject to severe sanction in the form of revocation of business license and payment of several compensation. So the following is a summary of the effectiveness of administrative sanction for environmental management violence committed by CV Slamet Widodo on the healthy environment of Semarang City. First is, we are talking about types of violence and sanction and effectiveness of sanction. First, carry out the process of drying terasi outdoors so as to cause a pungent smell. The sanction is letter of reprimand, Article 76, paragraph 2, and effectiveness of sanction is no awareness yet. And so on, we can see in the slide, until the last still cause a punishment smell observed, and immediately complete the preparation of environmental review documents, CV activities, Slamet Widodo. And the government gives sanction conclusion letter in Article 76, paragraph 2, and the effectiveness of sanction is repairing factory chemist is equipped with water scrubber. Next. Okay, the letter of reprimand requires the company to first develop environmental review documents and process permits the following applicable regulation. Environmental studies document must involve expert in handling the smell due to the fermentation of fish product. The second is carry out emergency measure in overcoming the smell, including closing open drying, elevating the fence around the emergency, as well as carrying out drying with electrical drying and filter. And the last is do graining tightening around the drying to minimize the smell. The procedure and mechanism for applying administrative sanction in the enforcement of environmental law are different from civil and criminal sanction. The application of administrative sanction by administrative official is carried out without having to go through court proceeding or non-judicial, so that the application of administrative sanction is relative faster than other sanction in an effort to enforce environmental law. And the importance is of implementing this administrative sanction is the open space and opportunity for committee participants. This means that the committee is involved in the enforcement of administrative environmental law. And for the next slide can be delivered by Anissa. Thank you.
Now I would like to explain about imposition administrative sanctions. The process of resolving environmental dispute through the administrative law instruments doesn't always have to resolve through the courts. The imposition of administrative sanctions is one of the actions to control prohibited acts, namely the preventions and overcoming actions aimed at providing protection to the interests guarded by the provisions that are violated. Next slide, please. And next is about three types of administrative sanctions, according to the law number 32 of 2009 concerning environmental protections and management. First is government cautions in the Article 25, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and paragraph 4. And the next is force money in the Article 25, paragraph 5. And the last but not least is revocations of business and or activity license in the Article 27, paragraph 1. Now I will explain, the previous slide. Now I would like to explain one by one about the two types of administrative sanctions. First, government cautions. The impositions of administrative sanctions in the Article 25 stated that the government has the authority to carry out government cautions on the person in charge of the business and or activity to prevent and end the violations, as well as overcoming the actions caused by an offense, to take rescue actions, mitigate and or restore the burden, the cost of the person in charge of the business or activity. And the next is force money, or also called as gamsang. Force money is one of the types of sanctions in the state administrative law. The determinations of the amount of the money must, of course, based on the scientific calculations of how much it will cost to restore the damage or pollute environment. And force money must be paid by the defendant as long as he doesn't fulfill or implement the decisions. So the person must pay the money if the judge already gave the decisions, and the applications of force money doesn't apply to the all decisions. It just special decisions, but only applies to this decision that are condemnatory in nature. And the next is about revocations of business and or activity license. The official who is authorized to revoke the business or activity license that has damaged or polluted the environmental is the official who issues or issue the business or activity license. So the only person who can revoke the business or activity license is the official who issue the license itself. And this is in line with the contractus actus principle, which is in criminal law, stated that the official who has the authority to revoke the license is the official who issued the permit himself. And next slide, please. And next, I will explain about the disciplinary action sanctions. It's still on the law number 32 of 2009. First, confiscations of profits obtained from a criminal act. And the next is total or partial closure of the company. And the third is correction due to the criminal acts. And the fourth is obliged to do what was neglected without rights. And the fifth is nullify that which has been neglected without rights. And the last but not least is placing the company under the interdictions for a maximum of 3 years is a place as part of criminal sanctions. So that is become the authority of the prosecutor to carry the prosecutions. Thus, the impositions of these types of sanction must first be through a court decisions that has binding the legal force. I think that's all of my presentations. Thank you so much for your attention.